The question I'll be asking today is, can you beat Borderlands 2 with only Minecraft weapons? I'll be using the longbow and blockhead, which can both drop from this creeper. I'll also be using a normal purple shield, hunter mod, deputy's badge, and slag crossfire. The rules for this run are simple. I'll be starting at level 80, OB10, and I have to beat the game. Bars not allowed. I'm also using the BL2 fix mod, which makes fast travel better and the game overall more fun. I chose Zero because of his sniper skills, plus deception and kunai. I killed the first bullymong's no problem, and saved claptrap. Now it's time for the Knuckle Dragger fight, which should be no problem. Knuckle Dragger popped out of nowhere, so I threw some kunais at him, and the longbow did the rest. The longbow is actually a pretty decent gun, and the blockhead's alright. One of the mods lets you see when legendaries drop on the map, and Knuckle Dragger dropped a hornet, which is pretty cool, aside from the fact I can't use it. Claptrap said watch me hit the jubilation, and then ultimately got denied for being too cringe. I was able to make it past once Angel helped out. I made it to Berg. Something cool about the longbow is it shoots arrows from Minecraft. The bully rot was the toughest enemy so far and just showed me how the rest of the run was going to play out. I got half his health down before this monglet launched me off of a cliff. I started using the blockhead to see if that would work better and was able to slag both of them with the crossfire and even kill one with boar. I got my first down, and I'm new to BL2 on keyboard, so I accidentally dropped my gun. The longbow was putting in work, even with me missing shot after shot, which I blame on the arrows and my own aim. I killed the last guy, rescued Hammerlock, and cleared out Berg. Claptrap rolled up on this electric fence, hit the gritty, and died. After that fiasco, I turned in the mission to Hammerlock, dropped the shield, and was ready to follow Claptrap. We came to a bandit camp where he screamed in my ear, so I cleaned it out for him. I went down, but the longbow was still putting in work, so I wasn't worried. I killed everyone, and then saw what one of the bandits dropped. It was a slag nasty surprise. Nice. Not gonna use it though. I used the blockhead and kunai to kill these bombers and was getting a bit nervous for the Bewm fight. I didn't really have a strategy at first, so I just tried to jump in and get behind Bertha before Bewm got in it. I went down anyways, and there was no way I was getting a second win. I tried to bore him through the tank, but it just wasn't doing enough damage to even dent him. I switched up my strategy and tried to use the blockhead instead. My thinking was it has more bullets, so it'd be easier to bore him. It was much worse. I switched back to the longbow and was chipping down its health until it blew me up. I tried my hardest to get a second wind off of a rack, but it just wasn't happening. I should have just tried to kill Little Bewm instead. Slag plus the longbow was doing the most amount of damage compared to the blockhead. It was pretty easy to hit crits as long as I stayed close and kept walking around Bertha. I got Bewm out of his tank. He knocked me down, and at the same time I ran out of ammo, so I had to switch to the blockhead. I kept shooting and shooting, and it looks like I was about to kill him. I don't want to talk about this death. I ran back in with a new strategy of killing small Bewm first. I went down, but it wasn't a big deal. The longbow was doing more than enough damage, and the fight ended with the first Bewm dead. I knocked Big Bewm out of his tank, and the fight was going much better this time. It shredded him. Skipping forward a few steps, I had to fight this badass who instantly got melted. Of course, the little microwave on wheels couldn't make it up the steps, so I had to help him out with that. Even after I hoisted him up, Buddy decided to absolutely tweak out. So I set my frames to 30, which fixed it, and he was able to figure it out then. This is where the video went downhill, and it is now a Captain Flynt hate video. I shot him in the face with the longbow, which proceeded to do nothing. Flynt is fire resistant, and both of my guns only come in fire, so I took the mature approach and decided to safe quit. I went back in with Flynt being slag this time. It didn't matter one bit. The lunatic wanted the smoke and gave me a second wind. I was using some kunai to deal some extra damage. I threw some more, which blew up in my face. And the second win was just out of question this time. My plan was to buy a singularity grenade and launch Flynt off the edge. I was able to buy one after about 2 or 3 runs and was ready to launch Flynt to a place where I could bully him. Even in his fire phase, Flynt was no match for the black hole I had just thrown at his toes. I saw this from Lil Gas Mask. When you knock Flynt out of his arena, he turns into a punching bag. Something started to worry me here because I was doing no damage to his health bar even with kunai. You'll start to see why this is a Captain Flynt hate video. I waited for the cooldown and made sure he was slag this time. Still, the damage was not even enough to chip his health bar. This is where the run really started to look bad because if I couldn't kill Flynt, who is fire resistant, there's no way I'm killing the warrior. I launched him off again, and I had one more idea that might work. I kept pulling him closer to the edge, trying to get him off and into the water where hopefully the frost or sentry guns would get him. I wasted grenade after grenade with horrible throws. I was looting as many ammo boxes as I could, and I finally just had to switch directions of which way I was going to throw him off. I hate Flynt so much. This fat pirate would just not get off the edge. I got sick of looting ammo boxes, so I ran up to buy more ammo, thinking nothing of it. Only to drop down to find out that he despawned. Just for fun, I decided to not die once to Flynt. Not die twice to him. But 3 times. Finally, I was able to launch him out of his arena. Sure, OP10 corrosion might be very strong, but not enough to kill me from full health, right? I died 4 times in a row. I got him back down to the edge, and then blew myself up again. I tried my absolute hardest to kill just one of the bandits, but it was not happening. I about just gave up at this point. Flynt was now stuck on this metal piece, but it was the farthest I'd gotten him yet. It looked like I was gonna have to restart, but the longbow clutched up. Yeah, and not even 30 seconds later, I died to a different scavenger while trying to find grenades. I finally got him to the edge of the glacier. Of course, he just wouldn't go all the way off, so I needed more grenades. I got the grenades, and came back to find Flynt despawned again. I should have given up at this point, but I was in too deep now. I double checked that the water does indeed do damage. A quick break from Flynt. Here's the chain skip for anyone who hasn't seen it. My new strategy was throwing Flynt off this side of the cliff. I got him much further with less grenades. This was the moment I had spent over an hour trying to get to. Flynt was finally in the water, and it did nothing. I ran to grab one more grenade from an ammo box to see if he needed to go just a little further. It looked like the run was coming to an end. I came back with 6 grenades and Flynt had despawned again. My final attempt of launching him into the water, I chose a new cliff this time. I was able to buy grenades without him despawning, which made it a lot easier and quicker to get him in the water. Flynt hit the water, and it still did nothing. The water wasn't freezing him, even though it froze me, and the out-of-bounds turrets weren't shooting him. However, they shot me when I was in the same spot as he was. The run was over at this point. However, I wanted to use the bee shield to see if I could kill him. Even when I was point blank with a bee shield and slag, my guns still weren't doing enough damage. I had to end the run because if I couldn't kill Flynt, I couldn't kill the warrior either. I challenge anyone else to attempt this and see if they can do better than me. Thank you so much for watching, like and sub. You cannot beat Borderlands 2 with only Minecraft guns.